And see what it has to offer us as far as information about the people that are coming to our website. Hi y'all, the Seasoned Marketer here with another Monday Marketing Minute. Last week we discussed and reviewed how to set up your Google Analytics account and how to embed the code into your website so that you can start tracking information. Today we are actually going to start to look at that information. We'll go into our Google Analytics dashboard and see what it has to offer us as far as information about the people that are coming to our website, our actual website, and the pages that are referring people to our website. But before we jump right in, it is still October and I am still on a mission to raise $1,000 for Susan G. Komen in South Carolina. Today, I am sporting a Flock Cancer t-shirt. These t-shirts are available for purchase for $20 on my website. All proceeds from the sales of this shirt will go to benefit Susan G. Komen in South Carolina. Visit my website and purchase one today. They're available in sizes small to 2XL. And now let's jump right in and log into our Google Analytics account. Welcome to the Google Analytics dashboard. Let me start by saying that a full-blown tutorial on this dashboard would take about an hour, maybe even longer. This is one data collecting machine, but for the sake of time, I've grouped the most important data into the following three groups. What it tells you about people who are coming to your website, what it tells you about your actual website, and what it tells you about the places that are referring people to your website. But before we run through that list, let's review this homepage. If you notice at the very top here, you can access all of your accounts. This is helpful if you are managing 2 or 3 websites. Always make sure that this reflects the website that you are wanting data for. There's also a search bar tool right here that you can use if needed. And underneath that, on the left sidebar menu, you have 7 options. Now 5 of these are reports, and then the top 2 options are home and customization. When you click on home, it will always bring you back to this screen. Customization allows you to create your own reports and save them. I'd recommend that you do this only after you have familiarized yourself with the reports that are already available to you here in Google Analytics. Otherwise, you may be recreating some reports that they've already done. The homepage, as you can see, also shows you a basic overview of information. So to the right, you'll notice a graph. And this graph here is automatically defaulted to the last 7 days. But what it shows you are the date range for the last 7 days. And then up here on the y-axis, it shows you the number of users. Now this right here, as I mentioned, defaults to 7 days, but you could go in and change that. There's a little arrow right here that you click on, and you can change it to last 14 days, last 180 days, and it will adjust the figures. You can even customize your own date range. So let's say I wanted to know for July through, let's say September 1st. It would adjust it according to the information I wanted, or the date range that I wanted. Now, if you notice up here at the top, it gives you some basic information. What it will give you is the total number of users, the number of sessions, your bounce rate, and then your session duration. Now remember, we mentioned that bounce rate is when people are logging into your site and they hop right off, so they don't navigate past the home page. If you scroll down further on this home page, it'll show you how do you acquire users. So this is telling you where people are coming from before they land on your website. If you have it on traffic channel, which it defaults to, it gives you the last 7 days again, which you can adjust, but it groups them by social, direct, organic search, referral, or other. Now, if you were to change it to the source or medium, it would then tell you exactly where it's coming from: Facebook, YouTube, etc. Further down, you'll see how are your active users trending over time. So this will default to the last 30 days, and it basically tells you what your metrics are as far as people visiting your site. Now remember, if I want, I can adjust that for the last 180 days. And as you can see, what that will show me is that my users have actually jumped in August-September timeframe. And if you continue to scroll down, you'll see when do your users visit. This is helpful information if you are looking for the best time to post content, whether it be your blog or something else onto your site. You could go in and take a look and see. The dark blue is what you are looking for. So mine for Friday morning around 7 a.m. I had 27 users on that particular Friday. It will also show you sessions by country. And if you click on location overview, it gives you even more data. If you were to click on, let's say, United States, it shows me the amount of users that are coming from Michigan, South Carolina, Georgia, North Carolina. That's a pretty cool metric if you are wanting to see where your consumer base is and use that information to offer, whether it's events or anything along those lines, shipping, stuff like that. All right, this one right here are going to show you what the top devices are. This is great. We've talked about mobile, making your website mobile friendly before. This is where that information would be helpful, because what it tells you is that for me, people are still actively using desktop in the last 7 days. Let me change that to the last 90 days. People are mostly on desktop, which means I need to make sure that my videos are really high resolution for desktop views. Mobile is a little under 20%. And this metric right here is really helpful. What pages do your users visit? Remember that this backslash right here alone means that they're landing on the home page. But then it tells me that people are clicking on my About page, and then marketing kits and resources. So what I can do with this information is actually go in and figure out, if you notice my Video Vault page has some views on there. I want to make sure that all of these pages are clean and concise and that they provide the data that my consumers are looking for. All right, so let's navigate back to the top of the home page. And let's go ahead and jump into our 3 categories. The first, what Google Analytics can tell us about the people who come to our website. They like to refer to this as users. So the bulk of the information regarding your users can be found under this audience tab right here. So let's click on that. Now this is where a lot of the generic information is going to be. If you click on overview, and I want to change my date range, which I can select right here. So let's do, for me, August through, let's just say October 15th, and hit apply. And it will pull all of my information. I've had a total of 280 users. 278 of those are new users, so that's really great. That means there's new people coming to the website. Sessions 333. Now if you're wondering why there are less users but more sessions, some of the same people can log on to the site to look at it a few times if they'd like. Same thing with page views. Now if you notice, the average session duration is about less than a minute. So I want to make sure that I am focusing on getting that up, and the bounce rate for this particular time frame is 82%. So it means people are logging onto the home page and then logging off. What I need to do is go in and figure out who is coming onto the website, what information they're looking for, and whether or not that home page is easy to navigate and allows them to find that information. All right, the graph will then again reiterate how many of the visitors are new or returning. And if you continue further down, it will give you information as far as language, country, city. The other one is browser information. It will tell you if they're looking at it through Chrome or Safari, Windows or iPhone. Besides the overview, another area that I find to be really dense with information is this demographics, which is embedded under the audience tab. If you click on overview, you'll see that it breaks down your users by age and also by gender. So I can tell that the majority of the people visiting my site are female, and then it also gives me the age range, which is really great because I can make sure that the content that I'm putting out there is actually driven to identify with the people that are most visiting my site. If you click on age, it'll give you more information as far as sessions, bounce rate, page sessions, which basically tells you how many pages they go into your website before they hop off. Interest. In-market segment. So for myself, I am really happy with this because it shows that people who are into business services, business technology, web services, web design and development, or have an interest in business services, advertising and marketing services are landing on my page, which is what my videos are really geared towards, people who are business owners and looking for a little bit of marketing tips, tools, and tactics. Geo, we mentioned, it's the same thing. It gives you information on the locations and where people are coming from. Now behavior, it'll give you the new versus returning, and it gives you all of that data so that you can see how a new fresh of eyes is looking and navigating through your website, or how a returning member is navigating through your website. All right, so another area that you'll want to check out is behavior and behavior flow. Now this allows you to track how your users are navigating through your website. So the landing page, what you're seeing here is it shows me where people are landing onto my website. So 111 of them are landing on that home page. Now from here, it actually maps it out and tells me where each one of these individuals is going. And if you want to scroll over, if you notice there is no scroll bar down here, you actually have to click here where there's this little home, and it'll show you the rest of the tree here. All right, so it tells me, starts off on my home page. Then 13 of these people go to my video vault page. 9 of them go to the About Me section. 5 went to my marketing kits. 4 resources. 3 went to one of my blogs. And then there were other websites. But if you notice, it maps it. So from there, if 13 people landed on my home page, went to my videos vault page, then it tells me 10 of them went to my Monday Marketing Minute. And from there, it tells me which of the videos that they watched. So if I click on it, it will actually show me which website it went to. So that's pretty cool to let you know how people are behaving once they get onto your website and how they're navigating. Another area you'll want to take a look at, especially if you have a blog or are promoting different pages on your website for different campaigns, is the acquisition page right here. go to social and landing pages. Now this tells me which of the content that I'm putting out there is really resonating with my customers. So if you scroll down, what you'll see is this is what you want: a list of your pages. So it tells me that 48 of the sessions went to my homepage. 8 of them actually clicked on this blog that I wrote on developing a brand voice and why it should be a priority. 6 of them went to customer churn rate blog, and then the other 6 went to small business owner resources. My point here being that if I'm writing these blogs or putting different information and content out there at different times, this will help me track and see what the most successful ones are. It will also help me understand what my audience is wanting more of, which topics that I can review that would be helpful to them. So if I know that they want information on brand voice, then I may consider a startup guide on how to brand their business in 5 easy steps or something like that. But this is valuable information. You'll want to be sure that you are checking this out because it will tell you a lot about what is resonating with your particular audience. All right, so the second category is what Google Analytics can tell you about your actual website. So for this, we'll take a look at the Behavior tab. Now, under Behavior, we will want to select Site Content. And let's do all pages. Now, what this will go through is it will give me your page views, unique page views, the average time on each page, and then the bounce rate. So as you go through here, you can kind of see what the most popular pages are. So behind my home page, the other most popular page are my Monday Marketing Minute, which is where they access the YouTube videos that I have put up. Another one is About. So this allows me to go in and really take a look at how well each page is performing. Site Search. If you have a search bar on your website, which I currently do not, but need to consider putting up there eventually. But if you do, then all of the information as far as phrases, keywords, or terms that people will search will show up here. This is useful to you because if you find that people are searching repeatedly for a certain product, you can see if that product is embedded so far into your website that makes it hard for them to find. And then you can adjust your website flow to accommodate. So I encourage you to take a look at the site search. If you do have a search bar tool embedded into your website. All right, and the third category is what Google Analytics can tell you about the places that are referring people to your website. So the bulk of the information for this can be found in the Acquisition tab. Let's click on Overview. All right, so as we mentioned, top channels are going to be grouped by types. So if it's referral based, direct, which is they are actually typing in your website address, social or organic search. The other part of it is it will tell you how many new users you got from them, and then what the bounce rate is for all of these and the average session duration. Now remember, you could change this to top sources, and it will tell you exactly where people are coming from. Facebook, Google, direct. Now if you click on social and hit network referrals, This will show you exactly how many people are being referred to your site via Facebook or YouTube. If you come down here, you see it shows me 68 came from Facebook, 12 from YouTube, 2 Instagram, and 2 LinkedIn. Now eventually what I want to be sure I'm doing is that, and if we change the date range here, we can see how that adjusts. So let's just look at October. In October, I've received more from YouTube than from Facebook. And eventually what I want to do is, since the majority of my videos are going on YouTube, I'm going to want to make that the top referral source every single time. So people going from YouTube to my website. Thank you once again for joining me. I hope you found this information useful and that you'll join me for next week's Monday Marketing Minute. As always, if you know of someone who could benefit from this information, please share this video with them as well. And don't forget to find me on Instagram or Facebook under The Seasoned Marketer.